Hi guys, it's Chris, or Krzysztof if it's easier for you, and welcome to the next episode of my channel, The Prettiest of Europe. Today I'm going to discuss a topic which is usually not so pretty, politics. However, I felt like making this video because very soon, on the 15th of October, we have elections in Poland that will decide not only the future of the country, but also the entire European Union. I think they are going to be crucial. And I'm pretty sure that if you follow news outlets in your countries, information that you can find there about Poland is very limited. It's probably copy-paste of what you can also read in news agencies like Reuters. And what I'm giving you here is a result of day-to-day observations of Polish politics, so it's going to be much more of a local guy perspective. And what I'm going to do. So in today's and next video, I will describe 5 political parties which have real chance to enter the parliament. In today's video, I will describe 3 of them, which are also known by Polish media as democratic opposition, and in the next video, the remaining 2 far-right parties. So these 5 parties have chance to enter the parliament. And first of all, I will tell you more or less how are these parties without entering too much into the detail, just to give you the general overview. Also, I will compare those parties to Western standards. So I'm pretty sure many of my viewers come from Western Europe, from America, or if not, most of people are more familiar with Western politics than Eastern. So this kind of comparison will make it easier for you to understand Polish politics. And finally, I will explain you what are the chances of parties from each video to win the elections and form the coalition. So that's it. If you are ready, let's get started. So the first party is Lewica Razem, Left Together, and I will speak the least about this party simply because it's the easiest to understand. So what is considered to be left in Western world would be also represented by this party Left Together. So basically they are socially progressive, economically socialist, they are pro-European, and their voting potential is more or less 10%. Next party is Civic Coalition, Koalicja Obywatelska, which is a party led by the former European President Donald Tusk, who also used to be Prime Minister of Poland before the current ruling party, PiS, came to power 8 years ago. After that, he went to Brussels, and now he's trying to make his comeback. And this party in Poland is described as center to center-right. However, when I check their political program, especially for social issues, right-wing parties in Western Europe very often are more progressive than Civic Coalition. But still, because in that coalition there is, for example, a Green Party now, we can consider them center-right. And as you can see, it's like a huge jump, right? Because we had left-wing party, and all of a sudden we have almost right-wing party. There is nothing in between. But this is how Polish politics are, right? They are very right-wing oriented. And if I had to describe Civic Coalition in one word, I would call them moderate, because they try to position themselves somewhere in the middle if it comes to all political issues. So we can speak about one thing, about Catholic Church. So in Poland, Catholic Church has huge impact on politics. Officially, the state is secular, but in practice, Church is very much politically involved. And for example, there is a thing called Church Fund, which is the money allocated to the church that doesn't come from church taxes. We don't have anything like that. It comes from the state budget. And for example, the current ruling party, PiS, they promise that if they win the election, they will allocate to Catholic Church, or mostly Catholic Church, more or less $60 million. So the Civic Coalition wants to remove Church Fund. Another thing that they want to do is to modify religion at schools. So in Polish schools, you have a subject of religion, and the note from that subject later is counted for the average note of all the subjects. So they want to get rid of that. But for example, the left-wing party, which I mentioned before, they say that the place of religion is not at school, but in church. So as you can see, Civic Coalition is not as radical if it comes to this matter. And in my opinion, they want to attract the voters for whom left party is to left and far-right parties are to right. And I think it works because in the past there were some parties who were trying to fight the church all the way and they never lasted for too long. So if you speak to Polish people, many of them, if not most of them, would criticize Catholic Church, clergymen, but at the end they still consider themselves to be Catholic, they go to a mass every now and then, they follow Catholic traditions. So I think most of Polish would like to reform the church, but not to remove it from the public life. And this is what this Civic Coalition is trying to do, and I think it's smart, because so far the voting potential is between 25 to 30%. And finally, the third party, which is actually called Third Way. This party is led by one religious guy and well-known TV personality, Szymon Hołownia. And if I had to compare this party to Western standards, I would definitely call them right-wing, Christian, quite conservative, also agrarian. But if I had to describe them in one word, I said that Civic Coalition is moderate. This party I would definitely call catch-all. So they are trying to, let's say, attract the viewers from all the sides. And you might ask, what is the difference between them and the previous party, Civic Coalition? Actually, apart from being slightly more conservative, there is not that much of a difference. So the question is, whom are the voters? I think they have mostly two types of voters. First of all, people who like political program of Civic Coalition, but they don't like Donald Tusk and members of his party. They think they ruled in the past, they didn't fulfill their promises, so they don't give them a credit anymore. They want like a new, fresh faces, which this Third Way offers. And the second type of voters. So in order for this Third Way to enter the government, they need to pass a threshold of 8%. It's a bit higher for them. Normally it's 5% because they are in the coalition with one agrarian party. And so far their voting potential is between 8 to 10%. And if they don't enter the government, the parliament, I think there is zero chance for democratic opposition to form the government. So many people would vote them for practical reasons. They don't even like the party that much, but they know if the party doesn't enter, we'll have next 4 years probably of far-right party rule. So these two reasons, that they don't like the Civic Coalition and who is in that party, or that they want the party to enter the government and pass 8% of threshold. So those were 3 parties belonging to democratic opposition. I hope my video made you understand them better. I promise also to tell you what are the chances to win. I think the chances are very narrow. It's gonna be very, very tight race between these 3 parties and 2 far-right parties, which I will describe in next video. In Polish parliament, we have 460 seats, so you need to have 231 to have the majority. And I would say that many polls recently were giving this party the majority, but very slight. It's normally several seats of difference, right? So I would say that every vote counts. It's gonna be a very tight race. And definitely I will update you after the elections what was the outcome. But in the next video, I will also describe the remaining 2 far-right parties. It's gonna be much more interesting. Also because PiS obviously ruled the country for the last 8 years, so there is much more to say. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a thumb up. Please follow my channel for more content. And please comment, especially if you agree with my point of view. If you don't, please tell me what that I said you don't think is the truth. I'm very curious to find out what is your truth. And see you in the next video. Bye.